everybody. How y'all doing out there? I want to welcome you to the first episode of the NFOM podcast, not front office material. We've talked about it a few times, several times on different podcasts, maybe the Compton Edition podcast, which is mine. I want to say excuse me. It's been a rough couple weeks. I've been working. I haven't had a chance to go get a shave and a haircut, but I'm headed to the haircut. I'll get a haircut tonight. I guess I'll get my haircut tonight. It's November 22nd, Thanksgiving week. People are probably trying to make it home right now. It's 5:30, getting off work, making it home. Probably gonna have the next 2 or 3 days off, enjoying family. That's what you're supposed to do. That's a good thing. So all of those who's doing that, God bless you. And I hope you are able to enjoy your families to the fullest over these holidays. That being said, I want to tap back into another subject, which was the Shanquilla Robinson murder that took place in Cabo. I spoke briefly on it, had my conversation, a couple thoughts about it, but there has been a lot of updates in the case, so to speak. From the fact that in the beginning, the Mexican authorities pretty much didn't care. They said it was initially the alcohol poisoning. I don't know if they got that from the people that Shanquilla was with, but that was, I believe, the original diagnoses or cause of death. Later on, after a lot of social media attention, not only the Mexican authorities, but also the U.S. State Department got involved. And it's now investigating the crime, the murder that happened to Shanquilla. I'm a father. I have 2 daughters, 25 and 23, and I worry about them just because of stuff like this. When they were kids, and I probably shouldn't have done that or shouldn't have been in that space, but all kids are different. So some kids are more susceptible to peer pressure. Some kids don't really care about it. But some kids really break down when it comes to peer pressure as far as worrying about what people think about them, what their status is amongst their friends and whatnot. And a lot of times that can get you in trouble. Is having friends a good thing? Yes, if they are friends. I don't think there's no one real definition of what a friend is. Friends support you. Friends look after you when you down or you might have fell off for some reason. Friends support you as far as when you get behind you, rally behind you, when you play sports, when you're trying to achieve a goal. There's a lot of places for friends to be in your life. I don't see how somebody putting their hands on you is friendly. That's not friendly at all. From an observation standpoint, as a father, at one point in time, I had 4 teenagers in my house. I had my son Marshawn, my daughter Kayla, my other daughter Caprice, and my nephew Roshan. All of them maybe about 3 years apart, 4 years at the most, right? Um, my son came to stay with me for the summer. My nephew also stayed with me that summer. And I had my 2 girls with me, like I always did. We went round and round that summer, and as long as they was with me, because those kids wanted to sit up and watch fights on Instagram and Facebook or wherever. It used to be sites where the kids would just sit up and watch fights all day. World Star Hip Hop, that was a phrase. World Star, and you knew somebody about to get beat up or jumped. Well, these are the young adults that used to be teenagers 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago. And they still have some of these same ways in them. Even though some of these young people have gone to college, they've been removed from their environments, they've been exposed to new environments, supposedly better environments, college environments. I question how positive the environment of a black college is or should be. It should be a lot more positive, but I think it's a lot of pressure from the haves and the have-nots and the wills and the won'ts and the do's and the don'ts, to where it becomes a very stressful place. It becomes high school times 10. I don't think that's something that happens at, I don't want to say regular colleges, but colleges where the emphasis is not on your race, like a black college. I'm not saying black colleges are a bad thing. I think they're good. I just think that the environment, there needs to be some attention on the social environment on these campuses. Now, getting back to what I was saying, your observation as a parent, you know, during that period of time, we saw a lot of girl fights. And so now the norm is to see girls fight. When you go to the club, it's the girls fight. Motorcycle events, it's the girls fight. Everywhere we go, it's the women that are the aggressors. There's been a serious role reversal. Say the last 20 years or so, where the aggressors are no longer the males. The aggressors are the females. And females have become the alphas, so to speak. And I get it. You know, we're not living in a world where women are pampered. And I would go so far as to say that black women have it a little harder. They catch hell from the world, they catch hell from us. A lot of times we say, hey, you know, these women are competing with us. Why do you want to compete with us? But they raised in the same communities, the same neighborhoods that we're raised in. And so that competitive nature, it has to be there. It might not be against me, but it might be against different women or different situations, different communities, different neighborhoods. You know, you got girl gang members now that they just affiliated as active as the dudes. They not only the drivers no more, like in colors. They actually doing the busing. Okay, so there's been a serious change, so to speak. Thankfully, the FBI has gotten involved. Anybody know me, know I've never spoken for police involvement in too much anything, but these are kids to me. My daughter's 25, And I don't know how I would feel if I couldn't see my daughter for Thanksgiving. If I couldn't say, good morning, I love you, you know, hey, I don't like your dude, whatever the case may be. I would be sick, completely sick. And so my heart goes out, my condolences goes out to Shanquilla's family, her mother, her father. Over the last week, I've seen both of them on media outlets, whether it be social media, interviews, whatever the case may be. And the father is just, my heart goes out to that man. The mother, who was initially told that her daughter had died, had to deal with that situation. Then the people involved with her murder had the unmitigated gall and audacity to show up at this woman's house. I'm not sure if they were fishing for information, trying to find out what the family had known or how much of the truth had made it back across state lines. But it was real odd that the young man that was doing the filming, or the young man that said he didn't have anything to do with it, he got there later on in the day, how he was playing soft music and rubbing on her head. That sounds weird. They sound a little predatorish, right? Let's look at the facts. Let's just not worry about the truth or what we think or feel. Let's look at the facts. The facts is Shanquilla landed in Cabo, and within 24 hours of landing in Cabo, she was murdered. She was with associates. I wouldn't dare call those type of people friends. If my friend was with me somewhere and I got my ass whooped and he didn't participate and help me, it's not a friend of mine. And I wouldn't be going nowhere else with him. I would expect the same thing from him if I didn't help. That's the era we come from. We ride together, we roll together, we lead together. We win together, we get our ass whooped together. There was a video the first day that the girl got there. So that means she got there and the first video was posted of the fight. Friday. She was dead by 3 p.m. Saturday. So how many times did y'all whoop that girl between the time she got there and the time that the other girl went her down and body slammed her and actually killed her? Because they said it was the body slam that actually broke the neck and severed the or damaged the spinal cord. I don't want to say severed because I haven't seen any reports, so I'm not privy to that information. The information I have been privy to says that the neck was broken, which came from the father, and it said that there was spinal cord damage, which also came from the father, in an interview with the father. We know that she was attacked. It's not a question. It's not a question. The girl posted the fight Friday. There was another video posted Saturday. They didn't know they was going to kill that girl. But life is fragile. The human body is fragile. I don't care how young or strong you think or feel you are. The human body is fragile. It's bones wrapped with skin, muscle, and blood. Some organs in there. My bones might not be as strong as your bones. My muscular dexterity might not be intact like your muscular dexterity. Yeah, I'll tell people in a minute, I'm scary because I don't want to be hit. You hit me and I might go into convulsions or something. I'm old now. I think a lot of this stuff just derives from a desire to be loved or liked by everybody. You know, we want to be successful. We want everybody to know we're successful, and we want everybody to love us because we're successful. And sometimes on that road to success, we pick up people that might not be in our best interests, and definitely the individual she went out of town with or met when she was out of town. Let me catch this light. I'm sorry about that. There's a timer on that. I'm gonna have to fix that so we don't run into that problem anymore. But yeah, it's eco-friendly. So back to what I was saying. We want to be loved. I think the older generation kind of we know or got that in us, so we kind of don't give a shit. Can't like me, can't. But if you don't, so be it. I can stay over here, you can stay over there. This social media thing is gotten so deep now to where, it creates mental health issues because people are being bullied online or people are talking crazy to them online. It's online, right? But this was different. This feel like they ambushed that girl. And outside of the women being vicious and fighting like pit bulls, I think it was like 2 or 3 men there. What do a man get out of watching women fight? What is there not inside you that didn't want to make those men intercede and break up that fight? Especially when you saw that the girl didn't want to fight back. I hate bullies. I hate bullies. I hate bullies. Everybody in that suite that witnessed that girl being murdered need to pay a price. Now's the time for Black Lives to matter, not just when it's a cop killing us, but Black lives need to matter when we kill us. We need to have value for Black life. The problem is bigger than just these young people on a trip. The problem is everything and everybody in the United States and to some degree the entire world looks upon black people with disdain. You know, we used to think that they were afraid of us because we were bigger, stronger. They're not afraid of us. We're in a box. There are some of us that live in some of the worst social economic conditions in the United States. And there are others that have been able to cross that divide and go to college, get decent education, and get good working jobs and start their own business and become entrepreneurs. So there's a divide between blacks, those that do and those that don't. And even in that divide, there's even more divides. When you talk about religion, groups, different types of groups of people, Hebrew Israelites, Christians, Muslims, workers, motorcycles. I mean, it's so many different groups, and everybody wants to hold on to their own identity, and I get that, but there still needs to be some common ground, and if it could be our skin, let that be it, to where we can come together and build a platform that works for us. None of the individuals that were on that trip have been arrested so far. I wonder how that must feel for those two young ladies that were filmed putting their hands on that woman that died. The police have not come for you, but you know they're coming. You have an opportunity to get your affairs in order. Shanquilla didn't. She went to have a good time with her girls, have some drinks, and turn up. And y'all killed her. Heartless, cold, and y'all left her there. Got on, packed up, and within hours, you guys were out of there. If she paid for some of y'all to get down there, and the word is that she paid for two of the individuals that were on a trip to get down there, who paid for you to get home? How much of a bum can you be? Free trips, and that's how you treat people that give you a trip to Cabo? How entitled are you? How entitled are you? I don't know. Just like the banner says, those people are associates. They're not friends. Friends will never treat you in that manner. My grandmother, she from Tyler, Texas. God rest her soul. She used to say, friends run rabbits and eat shit. I still don't know what that means. But I don't want to run after no rabbit. I don't want to eat no shit. When my girls were in junior high school, I'm a Yuck My fan as far as music is concerned with rap. They would have issues with their friends or associates at school. We would play yuck mouths, fuck friends, early in the morning, on the way to school. I need to have your mind right. Focus. Don't do nothing for these people that won't do nothing for you. They will turn their backs on you in a minute. They'll sell you up the river. For somebody to be friends, you just got to genuinely like them and they have to genuinely like you. The fact that you've been around each other for 5, 10 years, that don't constitute friendship. Because they could be around you for 10 years and hate you every damn minute of the 10. So the last thing you want to do is base a friendship on the time that you've been knowing somebody. Let me take a break. This show has been brought to you by Professional Freight Dispatch. We provide professional freight dispatch for all owner-operators and small fleets. We have an amazing advertisement right now. Most dispatch services will give you 1, 2, 3 loads for free. I'm going to give you the first week for free. I want you to establish a relationship with us. See how good we can work for you. Watch us keep you over the road, local, regional. You want to stay at home? I can find you loads. You want to stay on the road? I can find you loads. Professional Freight Dispatch. Check me out, www.professionalfreightdispatch.com. For information at professionalfreightdispatch.com. You can call me directly at the dispatch line, 310-554-4085. Once again, that's 310-554-4085. That's the direct dispatch line. Mention Pro Freight 1 and get your first week free. That's a full 70-hour cycle. 80-hour cycle if you run the other one. And now back to our show. I don't know though. I think all of that has a lot to do with it though. The generation that grew up watching all these damn fights online and doing all this damn fighting. All these women, every time we go out, it's just a bunch of female aggression. Dudes don't have to get aggressive no more. Before they do, the women be out there catting and scratching. Another thing that got, I think, to do with it is these kids are also at that age when Mona Scott got big from the, what do you call that? What do you call that show? Love and Hip Hop, The Housewives, all these different types of reality TV shows that pitted black women against each other and had black women fighting on TV. It's very entertaining for the United States. But what did it do to the psyche of our young ladies? Did it subconsciously teach them that this is how they're supposed to behave? This is what America assumes that black women do when they're together, whether it's successful or not. So if successful black women act like this, why shouldn't or couldn't women that have not achieved that level of success yet, why wouldn't they act that same way? And that's the same behavior you see on the video where the young woman was getting whooped on. He said, fight back. She said, no. Okay, stop it at that point. What more are you getting out of it? What more could you possibly get out of it? You're not getting no more stripes. You don't get stripes for bullying people. You don't get stripes for whooping on somebody that won't fight back. You get a stripe from a challenge. Somebody that's gonna sit there and go toe to toe with you, and you earn their respect and they earn yours. That was an attack. That was an attack, and everybody in that room should have been ashamed of themselves. And need to be prepared for whatever comes next. You wouldn't want nobody to leave your sister in Mexico, in a chair, in a hotel, for the cleaning crew to find. Nobody in that group had the decency to say, you know what, I'm staying. I don't care, I'm staying. Nobody, not one of y'all, not one of the individuals that got on that plane, or however the hell they got there. Nobody had the decency to say, I'm staying to make sure this is taken care of properly. The cleaning crew? Black lives do matter. And I'm not saying it as a cliche. I'm saying it because I value black life and I love black life. As the last portion said, I should love that which is me. And if it's black, it's me. I know I'm rough today. I keep looking at this camera like this guy is a little rough. He's very rough. But it's not about the imagery. And I think that's part of the reason I went on and came on today. It's not about the imagery. It's about the message. And if some of the young people could listen to me and would listen to me, or have an inclination to say, hey, this dude might know a little something. Being born in Compton in 1974, and it's 2022, and I'm still here in Compton. You know, some might say he ain't never went nowhere. I have been all over the United States. I have. I've traveled all throughout the states, so I've seen more than a lot of people. Been all over. But Compton is where I'm from, and Compton where I was raised, and Compton where I decided to come back. Compton is where I decided to build business. It is not my desire to run to the hills and be next to the next people. I want to be around my people. I want to be successful and strive with my people. And so I'm not in a rush to give Germans my money for the car. I'm not in a rush to give Italians my money for suits. I'm not in a rush. It's time for us to build certain industries and empower these industries so we can insulate and support and protect our kids. This child should have never died in the manner in which she died. And so those that did it need to be held accountable. And I don't care what color, what creed, what race they are. That was somebody's daughter. And their hearts are crying out for Thanksgiving. They didn't say whether it was their only child, but don't matter. It's a child. You know, my daddy always tell me, if you feel like you have to say sorry for it, don't do it. Because sometimes sorry don't fix it. And this is a situation where sorry can't fix it. Yeah, you can fight somebody and you can say sorry later on. But this is a fight where sorry don't mean nothing. Not to Shanquilla, not to her mother, not to her father, not to the people that loved her. Sorry is insufficient. Sorry is inadequate. Oh, you all right over there?
No, I'm so really sad.
All right. So yeah, sounds like the young man is cold, is kicking in. He's coming in here, so we're gonna go ahead and call the show and shorten it out. My son, like I said, he walked in and he's not feeling too good, so we're going to end episode 1 of the Not Front Office Material podcast. I may pick this up tomorrow, definitely before the Thanksgiving weekend is over. We will be chiming back in with another episode. I have a couple of comments and things that I want to speak about on Ye and his situation and the Kyrie Irving situation as well. So there's a few things brewing that I think we need to sit down with. I think one of my satellite co-hosts, I'm going to send him an invite and see if he wants to sit down with me and see if we can just sit down and discuss and chop up some of these things and thoughts and ideas. Once again, Black lives do matter because they value. Black lives have value. Always remember that. Black lives have value no matter what they teach us or preach to us in these United States. Black lives have value. And with that, we're going to say good night to all my good people. Good night.